morning, everybody. It's Friday, and even better than that, it is a bank holiday weekend. So I hope that wherever you are, that might mean something good for you happening over the weekend. My name's Sam, and I work for the communities team at the Eden Project. And if you're watching in live today, hello. You're able to make some comments in the post if you're watching in on Facebook. So please do introduce yourself, say hi, and if you've got any ideas or thoughts that you want to share during this very brief chat, please do add them and I'll be able to see them. And that would be lovely to know that you're there. So it's 2 weeks today, well, 2 weeks tomorrow until the big lunch weekend on the 7th and 8th of June, which kickstarts the whole month of community throughout June. When millions of people will be coming together to share a little bit of friendship and food together, whether that's in small groups of 2 or 3, or whether that's 100 people having a picnic together in a park. It all counts and it all makes a difference to the people and the places where we live. And we all, of course, have that common goal of just sharing friendship with those around us. It's really cruel, isn't it, to talk about food as we're hurtling into lunchtime, but I'm only going to be on here for a few minutes, I promise. And I just wanted to pop in to say that it's never too late to join in with the big lunch. You don't ever need to miss out on the fun, whether you're planning it 10 weeks before or whether you're planning it 2 days before. It doesn't matter, there's always time. And that's because it's so simple and really easy to take part. So I thought we'd have a chat today about how that is and why that is so easy. So let's start with some real examples of people that have held their big lunches and being a last minute Larry like I am. And so let's start with Annabelle, who is a colleague of mine at the Eden Project. She is at the moment doing a course with a group of other people there, and she decided just last week that she would invite them all to her big lunch at the Eden Project. And it was very simple. All she did was send out an invitation that said, shall we meet next week? Everybody bring a dish. And all she did was bring along a string of bunting and popped a table out. And this is what happened. So let's have a look what happened there.
So this lunchtime we brought the emerging talent group and the future leaders together to enjoy a bit of sunshine, share some food, build friendship and talk about the things we've got in common with our courses. We thought we'd practice what we preach and show how easy it is to come together over a bit of food. We've got some bunting up, we've got a few food flags. This is what the big lunch is about, just simply coming down and sharing some food and building friendship.
So that was just with a week to go, and that happened on Monday. So you can see really how simple it is and how much the big lunch can be used, whatever your group or club. So it could be a group, it could be a club, it could be your friends, it could be your family, it could be your colleagues, or it could be your neighbours. It really is a one size fits all, and make it work for you. And simple is best. That was the other thing that I want to say. Simple is best. There was nothing grand there. It was just about bringing a string of bunting and everybody bringing a bite to eat, whether that's their own lunch or something to share with others. So next up, another example is another colleague of mine, Tracy, who lives in Carlisle, and her neighbours decided with a week to go that they were going to celebrate VE Day with a big lunch just a couple of weeks ago. I'm probably about to get sacked for showing this video, but I thought I'd share it with you anyway. So let's take a look at what Tracy got up to.
Neighbours decided it was a great idea to have a big lunch for VE Day. A week to go. Here we are getting the invites out, and it's Monday. Let's see whether we can do this in a week. I'm going to take the box, with me. I can give Damien. Well, it's the morning after I sent the invites out. I've already had 6 people come back and say yes. But now I have to think about what I'm going to do with this mess. It doesn't look very big lunchy. No. I think I might have to talk to the hubby and get some of this cleared. Anyway, gosh, look, the weather's like this on Monday.
Wouldn't it be great if the weather was like that next week on the 7th and 8th as well? That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? But we can't have everything, right? And skin is waterproof. So where there's a will, there's a way. So that was lovely, wasn't it? Her showing exactly how late to the party Tracy was. But here, I love the results. So let's just have a look at of how that ended on VE Day. So you can see there that all they've done is a spot of bunting, a few tables, and the people have bought the party and the fun. And that's exactly what it's all about. So really love that example as well. But don't take our word for it, because there's also a lady that I know in Newport that I wanted to share the example of, and it's a really lovely example of somebody who had attended our community action course actually, and as a result of that wanted to go and do something small with her neighbours. She had spotted that 2 neighbours in particular were isolated and lonely and wanted something simple to be able to help there. And so she, like Tracy and like Annabelle, to put invitations through her door with a matter of a week or 2 to go. And this was the result of the pictures that she sent us. She basically just moved her car off her drive and turned it into a tea room, and the neighbours came, and she said that she didn't think that people were going to come, but they did. It was almost like they just needed a reason or an invitation to come along. And I want to share this quote with you that she said, and I'll read it out. So she says, "I suppose that's where the idea began. To help stop them feeling so isolated and lonely, I had to find a simple way to meet their needs. I know it's a lifeline to both X and X, but I also feel that it gives some of our other neighbours something to look forward to as well. We are only maybe 15 neighbours in all, but it doesn't matter. I would do it and enjoy it if 2 neighbours came and they said they liked it. That's good enough for me. I know it's tiny, but it's personal and it's me." And I'm sure that you all agree that there is nothing tiny about that. Something that seems such a small thing that somebody can do for their neighbours and their community has such an impact on those friendships and those connections, and long-lasting impacts, because Angela and her team of neighbours now meet every fortnight on her driveway. So it really does have that long-lasting effect as well. So I guess the second message then is around making it easy, and we try to help as much as we can to make big lunches easy for people by producing a whole load of wonderful resources that you can get when you sign up for a big lunch pack on our website. You can download all of the lovely resources there, and these are made available to you in physical format if you pop your big lunch on our map as well. On our website, you can just tell us what you've got planned and where it is, whether it's public or private. It won't be announced to the world if it's a private event. But we're just like your friendly, nosy neighbours, and we like to know what's going on. So if you pop it on the map, you would get a lovely pack of these resources. And here's one I made earlier, because here's Annabelle again showing you what's in those packs. Let me just scroll to that. Here she comes.
So I've just added my big lunch to the map, and I've just received an event kit to see what's inside. I think bunting's great, helps to build the excitement. I've got some table talkers here and also some human bingo cards. These things are great to build connection and start the conversation with people. I've got some stickers for the little ones coming along. Let's see what else we've got in the pack. A wonderful recipe here for butternut, chili and cheddar scone. They look absolutely delicious. These are our big lunch quiz. We've also got a guess how many cupcakes. I don't know what I would guess on that, maybe 100. I hope I haven't just given you the answer. We've also got some edible cake toppers. So those can go on top of my cupcake and help spread excitement about the day. So if you're ready to get the party started, you can head to thebiglunch.com and put your big lunch on the map to get your free event kit now.
There we go. So that's what you've got to look forward to. And in our downloadable packs, you've got all of those things and even more, like invitations and posters to let people know about your big lunch. And here's some of those table talkers that Annabelle was talking about in there, ready-made for you to pick up and go, to have on the table to help those conversations going if you want to, and also some quizzes and games that you could pop out for people to enjoy together, again, if you wanted to. But going back to my original sort of idea that it's keeping it really simple, really easy. You could have all of the things or you could have none of the things. It's just about spending that time with one another. And that's really it from me. So whether you're planning it 2 weeks ahead, 1 week ahead, or with a day to go, it really doesn't matter. It all counts and it will all be lovely. So yeah, really good luck with everything. And now you can go and have your real lunch today and hopefully another one in a couple of weeks' time. All right, bye for now.